Hello. Today I want to talk about the law of attraction and non-duality. Occasionally see people try to teach both, but they really are not very compatible. Of course, they're not totally incompatible either, but in non-duality, the whole idea of awakening and liberation is a seeing through the illusions of the mind, freeing yourself from ignorance, essentially seeing through the ego, the me, and realizing there is no other. There is nothing separate. Now, most of the people that talk about the law of attraction, they're trying to attract good things into their life. They're trying to manifest certain things in their life. They're trying to change something about themselves. This reinforces the me. I am trying to manifest this. I am in this situation. It's not helping you see through the illusion at all. It's reinforcing the illusion because you can gain greater mastery over the illusion and manifest things. That is possible. But as in India, and they talk about siddhis and spiritual powers, similarly, this ability to manifest is a trap because it reinforces the feeling of me. Look at what I've accomplished. Look at what I've gained. It becomes harder to let that go. And so there's a little bit of a mismatch in the teachings. Now, the law of attraction can help you gain mastery over manifesting and altering the illusion. It can't help you see through the illusion. And an awakening and liberation for non-duality, the whole idea is to see through the illusion. So there's a difference. Now, I will say I'd never studied the law of attraction much until recently. It was like a year or two ago. I read my first Abraham-Hicks book. I was looking for something to read, and my wife had a lot of books. So did I. I got rid of all my books, but she had a lot of books. And I said, well, if there's one you're going to recommend for me to read, what do you think? And she handed me an Abraham-Hicks book, and it was, all about the law of attraction. And the one piece that I did glean from it, which actually fit very much with what I was contemplating and kind of working with, was joy. And how it fits in the law of attraction is the emotional guidance system. They call it the EGS. And then as you're feeling negative and down, you tend to attract more negative. And so, if you read between the lines, kind of what the law of attraction is kind of saying is, as I read through Abraham-Hicks's book, was you're trying to increase the vibration of your thoughts. You're trying to stay positive. You're trying to stay in a high vibration. Well, in non-duality, after awakening, I find part of the focus in embodying it is keeping joy. And I sometimes talk about enjoyment and actually actively bringing appreciation or actively trying to appreciate, actively appreciating what is as it is around you to act as a doorway to increase joy in life. And I find it works very well because as you're appreciating, you do feel more joy, and there's this influx of you could almost say higher energy, higher vibration. And so as you're staying on the positive side, you attract more positive things to you. So to a certain extent, some of the law of attraction principles apply, but they're not specifically pursued. Because I'm not trying to improve my life or trying to enhance it. I'm just trying to be joyful and express that in the world and increase love, truth, harmony, and unity around me. And in doing so, you're already kind of aligned somewhat to some of the concepts of the law of attraction and Abraham-Hicks. And so, I say they're not totally in conflict, but usually if people are trying to manifest things for themselves in their life, they're so trapped in the me, and they're becoming more trapped in me and trying to manifest things, it doesn't help see through it. So, on one hand, it's in conflict. On another, it does line up a little bit. So, But these are just some of my thoughts. Not have been a real big student of law of attraction or Abraham-Hicks, but I tend to know more about non-duality and Advaita and that vein. But hopefully, you like some of the thoughts and understanding I've kind of gleaned from it. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. If you like the video, please share. And thank you much.